Okay, welcome to Blender, you lovely lot. So today we are making a bus stop. So this is one that I've seen around the UK a few times on my travels, and I thought that I would recreate it today because it looked awesome. It doesn't have any seats in it, weirdly. I've seen a lot of bus stops in the United Kingdom, and this one doesn't have a seat. Don't ask me. Maybe they didn't install them, but I wanted to make it for you today. So, we're going to go ahead and delete the default cube to begin with, and then we'll change our render engine to cycles. So, to begin with, let's go ahead and add in a plane. You press S for scale and we'll build on top of this. So let's go ahead and add in, and I'm going to add a cylinder to begin with because this is quite a curved roof. So let's go with R for rotate, and we will go with 90 degrees. Let's press G and bring this up. Now you're going to want to go ahead and press 1 for the side view because we're going to need this. So essentially, let's go into edit mode. Go ahead and delete the front face right here. So press delete, and we're going to go faces, and then press delete and faces again, and this will give you a nice little cylinder. Now what we want with this is to cut this cylinder in half. So by doing so, we can do 1 for side view. We can go ahead with box select, maybe just about halfway, just there. Alternatively, if you can't do box select, you can go ahead and press shift, control, select, and now you should have about halfway. Let's press delete, faces. So I'm going to go ahead and press A to select everything. Let's press S for scale just to elongate this just slightly using the X axis. And then I'm just going to go ahead and press S, shorten this in. And then we're going to go E for extrude, leave it where it is. S for scale, scale this outwards. And what you're going to want to do, because the inside is a little bit thinner than the outside, go ahead and press S for scale and just use the axes of Y just to pull that back in just ever so slightly. Now, once we've finished that, sorry, 1 second. Right, okay. My screen recorder was being a bit weird there. So once we've finished that, let's go ahead with 1 for the side view again. We will go with R for rotate. Just bring this down. And we're going to go with E for extrude. And bring this down. As such. Now, you're going to want to try and get this as straight as you can. Use the grids to be able to do it. So you've got something like that, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and just press S for scale just to bring this in just a little bit on this side. So if we go to objects mode, right click shade smooth, we now have this what looks like almost like a candy cane going on. So once we've got this, let's go ahead and I'm going to go shift D. We can press 1, it will go here. If we press 10, it goes here, and if we press 5, I'm going to go with, let's go with 3 for a rough estimate, and then I'm going to go shift D and then 3 again. Depending on how big your object is, depends on how big the gaps will be. So let's go with shift D. Just place another one in here, go G, grab this one, and we're going to go -3 because we're working the opposite way. Right, okay, so once we have something like this, we now have the basis for our bus stop. So the next thing we're going to do, let's go to add, and I'm going to go ahead and add in another cylinder. Let's go with G, bring this up, R for rotate, and you're going to want to go 90 degrees. And then 1 for side view, S for scale. Now you're going to want to get this roughly the same height, the same size as what you've just created. So just about there, I would say. And then we'll go to edit mode, get rid of the front face, get rid of the back face. There we go. And now you're going to want to cut this in half again. So let's go with X-ray mode really quick. We're going to go with delete faces, delete any stragglers. Make sure that's roughly correct. I think. Let's go Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so we're going to take this here, let's go with shade smooth, G to bring this in the middle, S for scale to bring this outwards. We'll have something like this. And then what we'll do, we'll go to edit mode, A for selecting, E for extrude, go straight up. Although you can do S for scale as well, just to kind of pull that out just a little bit more. So now this is the roof of the bus stop. Right click shade smooth, if you haven't already. So the sides of the bus stop generally tend to be a straight drop down and then a couple of bars. So let's go ahead and go add. We'll go with cylinder. R for rotate, 90 degrees. Squish it down. Just as such, and then an S for scale, and make sure that this sits and fits onto the design at the back. I'm just going to go ahead and take that X-ray off, it's really distracting. So, just about there. I would say yes. Okay, so we have this right here. We're going to go Shift and D, duplicate this, make sure there's one on the floor. So, we have now a nice little bus shelter. What we're going to do is add some glass here and also some advertising boards. So we could go ahead with add. I'm going to go with cube. S for scale, bring it in. G, bring it across. You can go ahead and place this glass in between, or you can go ahead and place this glass on the outside, totally up to you. I'm going to go S for scale, bring this up, and it should fit flush with the roof that we've just made prior. Let's go with G just there. I'm just going to squish it down so it's between the poles just there, and then scale it in so you are hiding the edges essentially. So once we've got something like this, let's go ahead and add some of the materials to this. So the glass on the roof is going to be quite frosted, and then we're going to make these as red. So let's go with materials tab, new. We'll make this new material and we'll say paint red. Now when we do this paint red, I'm going to make it slightly pink due to weathering. So let's go ahead and render just here. I'm going to go ahead and take this one and we'll go shade red, pink, pink, and let's go ahead and take these bars in the middle. We'll put these as yellow. Take that one and then go down to the drop down menu and select yellow. Then we need this glass, so let's go with, we're going to go with non-frosted. Principal BSDF to glass BSDF. Just turn down that roughness. Excuse me. Then we're going to make a secondary glass, which will be glass frosted. And this one, switch out principal BSDF to glass BSDF, and then of course you've got the frosted right there. So when we render this, we should have something like this. Now at the moment it looks a little bit cartoony, gonna be honest. So all we need to do is just amend a few things. That's really all it is. I'm just going to change the light into a sun and just turn it down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn that down a bit more. Alright, so once we've got this, let's go ahead and make some advertising boards. Very simple. So we're going to go with add, cube, G, bring this across, bring this in front. Let's scale this upwards and out, and then scale it in. This will be the advertising board, and then we're going to go with edit, front face right here, E for extrude, leave it where it is, S for scale, bring it in. Just make sure that it's got the exact same boundary all the way around. E for extrude, bring that back. And then for the advertising board itself, we'll put plain. Let's go G, bring this up. You're gonna want to rotate this by 90. Do S for scale. Scale this up just slightly. G, bring this back. Make sure it sits and fits inside of the board. We'll go S for scale. Oops, sorry. We'll go S for scale. Bring this in, and then just sit and fit it where it needs to go into the board right there. The outside of this is going to be black, so we'll put this one as black. And then the inside is going to be the advertisement. So I'm just going to go ahead and place them first, and then we'll add something if we can. So advertisement board, S for scale, bring this down. You can just sit and fit it just on the side right there, and then go ahead with the opposite side. Just as such. So now you have two advertising boards. Now you can go ahead and put another two on the inside if you wanted to, but to be honest with you, that's probably where the timetable is going to sit. So I'm going to make some amendments to this because I don't remember seeing seats and stuff. So I'm going to add a cube. Let's place this in. S for scale, bring this down. You're going to want to stretch this out to the side, stretch this out downwards. Now you can go ahead and add a timetable to this if you'd like. I'll show you how to do it. Because we're adding things to the advertising boards anyway, I'll show it's the same concept, you know. So yeah. Let's go ahead and move this down. That can be our little board where people find the times. So we've got something like that. Okay, I need, usually they put numbers right here, and then they have like a poll that tells you which buses are coming through. So if we go to add, we can go text. My screen recorder's having some issues. I hope it's coming through for you guys though. So let's get rid of the text right here, and we'll just put like a bunch of numbers. So just, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and press G, bring this up. R for rotate. And I want to put that 90 up, and then rotate this by 90 again. G, bring this forward. S for scale. Bus stop number. G, bring this forward. Make sure that it's on the outside of the shelter itself. We're going to go with A at the side right here, which is the data side, geometry, and then extrude. And we'll make the material for this a black, so that it's uniform. So the next thing is the pole. So let's go ahead and add in cylinder. S for scale, bring this up. Bring it back down again, just make it kind of like a bowl. And I think maybe on this side, this will do. It'll be fine. So let's press G right there. We'll place the pole at the side right here, links to the bus stop, just on the side. S for scale. Bring it up on the Z-axis. I think it's a bit too tall. Press G, bring this up. Part of the bus stop, and then you just need to add in another cube, and this will be where the numbers will go for the bus stop. That's about right. Okay, so we have a nice little pole for the buses. So now we need to make some text. Let's go with, where's the text at? The text is there. Let's go G, bring this across. R for rotate, and we'll go 90. G, bring this up. Now depending on where you come from, depends on how you pronounce this next word that I'm going to type in, because one side of the city that I live in likes to pronounce boss as buzz. Boss, buzz. Because we're weird like that. So, you got the bus right there, we'll put this as black. The text we will extrude just ever so slightly. Let's go on to this render right here so we can see. Shift D, bring this down, and what I'm going to do is just press edit, and we'll say like the number 90 comes through here and the number 50. Let's go S for scale, bring that down. And if you wanted to, you can place this on the opposite side, so just go Shift D, rotate 180, and then you're just going to have to bring it back into alignment. Just as such. The pole you could probably do as silver. So let's go in for a new material right here, silver. Boom. Take the roughness down, the metallic up. Get a nice little shine. And now when you've got the render, you've got something like this. So the next thing I think it was, I mean you could add seats in there if you want to, I'm going to leave it for today because my screen recorder is acting a bit weird. We'll take the advertising boards right here, go on to shading, go to new material, this it will be the advertising material, so we'll go advertise 1. Let's go ahead and add image. Colour to base colour. Now I don't know if mine will show up here, so if I just go open, no it won't. Right, okay, I'm just going to choose some random images from my hard drive just to put on here. When it'll let me. Come on. There we go. Okay, so let's put some Blender projects on here that I made a while back. So let's go with this one. If it's sideways, don't worry about it, just rotate it back round. Let's go with 90 and then just kind of S for scale it and then scale it back. It's got a nice little kind of advertisement retreat right there. I would say take the roughness up because it is an advertisement. And then we have this one. And all you need to do, drop down, go to add one, duplicate the layer with this 2 little pieces of paper right here. We'll go add 2. Same kind of concept. Open the folder and then just choose something random. And I'm going to have to rotate that one as well. Let's go with scale. Image just there. You can place your advertisements on there, whatever you need. So that would be, I think, the tutorial for today. I'm just going to go ahead and just scale this out and then maybe add a brick texture to it so it kind of blends in. So new, and then we want to go with add. You can go with brick texture or magic texture, it doesn't really matter. Magic texture probably, if we did it like that and distorted it, you've kind of got these weird kind of patterns that appear. Yeah, let's go with brick texture. Let's see what happens with brick texture. Just right there, colour to base colour. Yeah, that'll do us. Okay, so, and when you're doing the camera as well, what you can do is view, align view, camera to view. If it starts to block off the back right there, just move the end further back, and then I'm just going to go ahead and scale that. Okay, so I think we could do a depth of field. Just click on the bus stop and move that down. So let's press G, bring this up, and then G we can pull this forward. And now we should have a little pretty bus stop model. It kind of looks like a miniature. I kind of like it. I like it. It looks like a miniature. So yeah, if you guys like this tutorial, please like, subscribe. Really would appreciate it. And I will see you in the next tutorial. And now I've got to somehow try to stop the recording. See you later, guys.